Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, next up we got Chris Duncan versus Jordan Vucenic, aka The Problem versus The Epidemic. Now, I don't know who's giving out these nicknames, but calling yourself The Epidemic in 2025, bold move. I feel like the last time we had an epidemic, we weren't exactly looking for more. Meanwhile, Chris Duncan is The Problem, which is fitting because when he fights, it's either his opponent's problem or his own problem. There's no in between. But let's break it down. Jordan the Epidemic Vucenic first up. Jordan Vucenic comes into this fight as a minus 350, favorite with a record of 13-3, and this dude is slick. He's got a technical striking style, great movement, and solid defensive awareness. He's not the guy who just walks forward and brawls, he's the guy who slips punches, counters clean, and makes opponents pay for their mistakes. His biggest strength is his footwork and distance control. He fights smart, knows how to keep things at his range, and doesn't get reckless or overcommit. He also has a solid submission game. If he gets you down, he's got a slick back take and a nasty rear naked choke. But there's one thing, he's not a power puncher. He's a volume guy, a technician, and while he's got clean striking, he's not out here putting dudes to sleep with one shot. That could be an issue against a brawler like Duncan, who's willing to eat shots to land his own. Chris, The Problem, Duncan. Next up, Chris Duncan comes in as a plus 275 underdog with a record of 12-2. And listen, this dude is a wild man. He fights like he's never heard of defense and believes in the ancient Scottish art of just hit them harder. Duncan is aggressive, powerful, and absolutely relentless. If he smells blood, he's going to swing for the fences and try to get you out of there. He's also got underrated grappling. He can wrestle when he needs to, but let's be honest, he'd rather just brawl. Now the downside, his defense is questionable. He gets hit a lot, he's got a good chin, but if you keep getting cracked, eventually it doesn't hold up. Against a clean striker like Vucenic, that's something to watch. If Duncan rushes in without setting things up, he might get picked apart and countered all night. So, who wins? This is classic technique versus power. Vucenic is going to try to keep it clean, fight smart, and pick his shots, while Duncan is going to charge forward, throw bombs, and turn this into a dogfight. If Duncan can close the distance, make this a brawl, and land something big, he's got a real shot at pulling off the upset. But if Vucenic can keep his composure, work the jab, and stay on his bike, he could cruise to a decision win or even get a late finish if Duncan tires out. Official pick. I'm rolling with Chris Duncan. I think his power, aggression, and willingness to make this ugly will cause problems for Vucenic. Yeah, he might get picked apart early, but if he can force a firefight, I don't know if Vucenic can handle the pressure. I kind of worry about Duncan getting submitted, but I put that in the back of my mind, and remember he has a good guillotine. Expect Duncan to go full berserker mode, Vucenic to look technically brilliant until he gets caught, and Michael Bisping on commentary to yell something about Scottish toughness at least 3 times. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.